Now, a row between the British government and the EU continues to rage over vaccine exports. The EU has exported more shots than it has given to its own citizens so far, and Australia is the only country that has actually been slapped with an export ban. To date, the UK has administered 46.7 doses per 100 people. By comparison, Germany has administered 14.2 doses per 100 people, Italy 14.5, and France sits at only 13.8 jabs per 100 people. So now the question is, will the UK be punished, if you like, for its own success with the vaccine rollout? It's not all bad news for the UK. The COVID restrictions are set to be eased coming next week. Prime Minister Boris Johnson is optimistic that the country is now on a path to returning to a normal post-COVID life. We're going to get the latest on this from the editor of Spiked magazine, Brendan O'Neill, who joins us from London. Brendan, welcome. Vaccine nationalism, I think, is one of the most concerning things to have come out of the pandemic. You know, is it fair that the EU is banning exports of the vaccine to Australia?
No, it's not fair at all. And I'm afraid to say that I think the European Union has gone mad. You know, it has completely messed up its own vaccine procurement and its own vaccine rollout. It's failing on all fronts. It was too slow. It's dragged its feet. It's not helping its own people in the way that it said it would. And so it's lashing out as a consequence of that. It's lashing out against Brexit Britain. It's lashing out against other countries around the world by threatening to deprive them of the vaccines that they ordered. And it could have an impact on the developing world as well, because the AstraZeneca vaccine in particular, which the European Union has been smearing for the past few weeks, that is the cheapest vaccine. It's the one that was made for no profit at all, and it's the one that would help the developing world most of all. So the European Union is harming all kinds of people. Firstly, of course, people in Europe itself, and also people around the world. It really is behaving terribly at the moment.
I mean, in Britain, the figures are really remarkable and world-leading. Nearly half the population has been vaccinated. In Australia, although, you know, we're very early days, but it does seem that there's a fair bit of vaccine hesitancy, concern because AstraZeneca is the vaccine that's being rolled out here, and people are worried because it was banned in some European countries. There are concerns about blood clots, even though all the authorities have said it is completely safe and that the, you know, blood clot figures were lower than in a general population that was not receiving the vaccine. You know, but I'm interested in why you think vaccine hesitancy has been a bigger issue in some countries compared with others.
It's a good question, and I think there are lots of different social, political factors that contribute to vaccine hesitancy. It's particularly bad in France. I think there's a culture of cynicism against the authorities, perhaps. A culture of conspiracy theory is quite widespread in parts of France as well. And of course, you know, European leaders have not helped the situation at all with all their scaremongering about AstraZeneca in particular. As you say, all of the global health authorities say that AstraZeneca is safe. There's no evidence that it is causing a significant amount of blood clots at all. We're talking about very, very small numbers indeed. And of course, the benefits of taking AstraZeneca far, far outweigh any potential side effects because they could save older people's lives in particular. But I think there are different factors that contribute to vaccine hesitancy. At the moment in Europe, one of the key factors is the behaviour of European leaders who are so determined to get one over on Brexit Britain, because they have this ongoing conflict with us, that they are bad-mouthing the British vaccine, the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine, for political purposes. And the end result of that is going to make more people sceptical of receiving this vaccine. And as a consequence of that, people will die where they wouldn't necessarily have to die. So I think we really need to get a grip and recognise how wonderful the vaccine rollout is and encourage more and more people to take part in it.